Hi everybody. So I want to sort of pick up from the last video that I had made talking about owning where you are in this present moment as a way to propel you forward. So today I actually want to talk about moving forward by looking and acknowledging and knowing exactly what it is that you desire, because we don't tend to work for the sake of working. We tend to work as a way to fulfill our desires. I desire to go on vacation whenever I want. So therefore, I'm going to be an entrepreneur where I get to set my own schedule and take vacations whenever I want. So our desires help us make decisions today so that we can actually achieve them. And I want to share a little story with you that I think will resonate. And it was about how I actually ignored my desires for quite some time. Not only did I ignore them, I made them to be something that was wrong and bad and selfish and something that I didn't want, because I was in a financial position where I thought I couldn't actually honor them or accomplish any of them. So for quite some time, I was broke. I would teach. I was a high school teacher, so I would teach for the year, and then come June, I would lose my job, and all the savings I had would go to sort of hold me over until I got the next position. And because I realized that this kept happening, I didn't spend any money on anything that wasn't an absolute necessity. If it was food, shelter, and if I had to get clothing because there was no way around getting a hand-me-down, which I had on many occasions, or free clothes from somebody else, then I would begrudgingly go to H&M and find the cheapest item that was on sale. And the desires that I had that I was completely ignoring was a life of luxury. I love beautiful things. I love Chanel. I love Dior. I love beautiful perfumes. I love traveling to Paris. This is something that I love, and this is something that has taken me a very long time to actually acknowledge and admit to myself. Because in those years when I was shopping at H&M, which I do still love very much, I was telling myself and convincing myself that I didn't need anything more than that. Chanel, Dior, all these hot, haute couture things, they were unnecessary. Who am I to be wanting that stuff? Forget it. I am broke, I am poor, and this is my lot in life, and I better get used to it. And if I am going to be here and being broke and struggling financially, I can't waste my time dreaming of the luxurious lifestyle, drinking champagne on a yacht in, southern France. I can't be dreaming about that. And so I made all of those desires that I had something negative and something bad, and I would push them away. But what was I actually doing? I was pushing away a part of myself. I was born that way. My mother would tell me stories of being tiny, like 5 years old, and going into a shoe store and not liking the shoes. But then when we would go to the fancy shoe store, magically every single pair of shoes fit me perfectly and I wanted them all. And I thought it was interesting because I was such a young age. How did I even know? But I just had a sense for luxury and I wanted to be a part of it. But then as an adult, when I really wasn't earning much at all, I told myself that it was bad. And I was telling myself unconsciously that a part of me was bad as well. And what happened in those years of struggle? I became more depressed, anxious, miserable. I was incredibly jealous. And I can't believe I'm admitting this to you, but anybody that I saw that was well off secretly, I was angry, I was resentful, and I was jealous. And I also made excuses. Well, they have this because that was what they were born into, and I wasn't born into it, and so that's not my lot in life. Or they had help from somebody else, or it's because of this, because of that. And I made all of these excuses. And how did I get out of all of that? I accepted that my desires were a part of me. And it was beautiful just because, well, that's who I am. I like things of luxury. And so you know what? If that's a part of who I am, if those are my desires, well, then I better work as a way to actually get there and to accomplish it. And so I had to be very, very clear. What do I desire? What do I want in this life? What do I desire my life to look like? What do I want to experience? Where do I want to go? And by writing it down, by acknowledging my desires, well, then now I get to make a choice. How do I want to get there? Before, I had sort of said, well, this is my lot in life and that's it. And I just need to go from job to job to job. And I need to, save all that I can, losing my savings at the end of the year when I don't have a job. And when I realized my desires, I said, nope. I'm also going to fulfill my passion of being an entrepreneur and doing what I love and making a schedule to support my desires. I love exploring this world, my inner world, the outer world. And so I made sure that I have a job where I can honor that and fulfill that. And what happens when you honor and fulfill your desires? You get more of them. Well, if I desire to travel, well, then new opportunities are going to present themselves for me to actually be able to travel. In 2 weeks, I am going to Italy, and I'm going to explore all the places that I have always dreamed and desired to go to. And I have actually made it into a reality. And you can too. Own your desires. Own your future. Make the choices now to actually fulfill and honor them. If you desire that house by the sea, what do you need to do today for you to make that a reality? If you desire to travel the world and go exploring, what do you need to do right now to make that happen? So I urge you, take 5 minutes, sit down and write down, what do you actually desire? No matter how big, no matter how extravagant, you want that $10 million yacht, you want that beautiful penthouse in the sky, whatever it is, whatever comes out of your heart, write it down, because whatever comes out of you naturally, that's a part of who you are, and we want to honor that. We want to respect that. We want to make that a reality. So leave me a comment below. I would love to hear what it is that you desire in this world out of your life, and how are you going to actually make that a reality. So I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, and I look forward to when we get to talk again. Okay, take care. Bye.